Alrighty guys, we are kicking off with another PES 2017 tutorials. In this episode, I'm going to cover the attacking tutorial from basic to advanced. We're going to cover up some gameplay examples from passing, dribbling, shooting, crossing, and at the same time we're going to cover some basic tactics from attacking instructions to advanced instructions, the attack option. Now for the part 2 of this video, it's going to be the defensive tutorial covering gameplay and tactic. That will be on Midnight Kids channel, link in the description. Make sure to check it out. Anyway, now because I do not want this video to be like half an hour long, in this episode I am going to cover up the attacking instructions from some gameplay example into the tactics. With the gameplay, I will show you some basic attacking with your passing, your dribbling, and your finishing. Probably not dribbling. I'll make a separate video for dribbling because that's going to be a bit long. So in this video I'm going to cover the passing majorly from your 1-2 pass and move, crossing, etc, etc, and then we're going to jump straight into the tactic option, which I'm going to show you the attacking instructions and the advanced instructions for the attack. When it comes to the other things, when it comes to finishing, dribbling, set pieces, these are things that I will make a individual video and tutorial for it when the full game is out. The reason why I've been making a lot of tutorials right now, because when the full game is out I want to upload more gameplay, get rid of the tutorials for now. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. Alrighty guys, so now we're gonna go ahead with some passing examples. Now, do not rush your attack. Same thing with defending. As you can see right now, I'm trying to turn Arsenal from all over the pitch from left to right to create a chance. And again, these are tips against pro players. If you want to beat good players, do not rush. And as you can see, I have a chance right here. I am doing simple 1-2s. Notice right here, Messi's over there. I want to get into that blue arrow space with Suarez. So a simple 1-2 between Suarez and Messi, and then L1 triangle, boom, Suarez gets in. Now if you fail, don't just rush in. Pull back, start again. That's a mistake a lot of people do. When they attack and they fail, they keep rushing. Next, we're gonna do a simple pass and move by R2 and X. Now, as you can see, every player who makes a pass will make a run forward. Pass and move is very, very effective for you to be offensive, but do not abuse it because you will leave massive gaps if you get countered. Now, as you can see, every player who makes a pass, it will make a run. Basically, hold R2 and pass together and let go of both. And you can repeat that as many times as you want. The more time you do it, the more players will attack forward. Now we're gonna do the passing combination. If you notice right here how I'm starting my attack, I always have a plan in my head knowing who I am playing against, and if I know his style, that will give me an advantage. If you look at here guys, a simple pass and move between Torres and Koke, and then L1 and triangle. This is basically the the deadly lofted ball L1 triangle. It is very, very effective and it's going to be abused in the game, so you may as well prepare for it and do it back. From now on, I'll be doing tutorials on how to win, more like how to play. Again, another example here. Player number 1 makes a pass to player number 2, and then player number 2 does a 1-2 with player number 3, and then player number 3 will simply do an L1 and triangle. We call this the deadly lofted pass, TDLP. Yeah, I made that one up. So as you can see, when the game kicks off, it's very simple. Make a pass to your striker, don't just go forward. 1-2 with the midfielder, and then L1 triangle back. This is the basic attacking method. Now we're gonna go to a crossing, a different variety of crossing, from high cross, early cross. When you have a tall striker, do high cross, R2 and circle. When you have a short striker, do early cross or even low early cross. Now early cross can be done by L1 and circle. Now the reason why I'm not showing button inputs for these things, because this is not a beginner's tutorial. Now here's another example. This is the early cross combination. Striker makes a pass to 1-2 with the midfielder. Midfielder goes to the flank. Early cross. Boom. We've seen the PES 2016 and 15 champion, the French champion Ousmane Cabell, using this kind of style all the time. Another example right here, look at your teammate. This is your second vision and your third vision as well. Go to the flank. This is L1 and triangle in crossing situations as well. It works like a treat as well, guys. There's many ways that you can cross. And the reason why I'm going on about more about crossing, because crossing in this game will be OP, whether you like it or not, it will be OP. And that's why I'm going through them, as you can see it right here on the replay. Now, another thing quickly want to mention, trigger one is important as well. If you basically hold L1 and flick the right stick towards the player you wanted to make a run, you can do that as well. A lot of time I use trigger one as a decoy. I make the player to make a run and then not pass it to him just to mess up the opponent's defense. Now, if you can see it right here, guys, again, this is the low early cross. Even though I have a tall striker, sometime when the opponent has a slow defender, I do low early crosses. Just be less predictable. Don't do one thing over and over. If you want to beat good players, don't be predictable. That is the key. And do not rush your attack and defense. Now, in the future, when the game is fully out, I will obviously make individual tutorials for dribbling, for passing, for set pieces, etc. This is just the overall kind of not basic, in the middle between advanced basic attacking tutorial when it comes to the gameplay, and we cover the tactic as well. Again, as you can see here, I'm doing a high cross, which is R2 in circle. If I'm talking too fast, guys, let me know, because it seems like there was one person said you talk really fast. And as you can see it right here, this was a early cross or a low early cross. I think it was an early cross. It wasn't very low and it went in. Again, skill and finish with Neymar. R2 shot goes in. R2 shot, it's still not that OP, believe me. I mean, many times I tried in this situation, goalkeepers will save it. It just depends where you are and how you use your left stick to curve the ball in. Now, as you can see, another example right here, guys. I'm doing a low cross, double tapping the circle button, simple as that. There we go. Boom, Neymar goes in. So when it comes to crossing, be less predictable. Do not do one thing over and over if you want to beat decent player. Next, we're going to go ahead with our tactics. Now, the basic attacking instructions, I already made a video about that. I'll put the link in the description. It's called Tactic Instructions. From attacking style to position game and counter, build up, short pass, long pass, attacking area wide. If you go through this, the footage right there, it shows you what to do. You know, attacking area wide, you want to feed your fullback, depend on it, play a crossing game. So I'm not going to cover this one. You can watch a tutorial I made for PES 2016 for the attacking instructions. You can check that out because I already have a tutorial for it. What we're going to focus on in this video is the new feature, which is the advanced instructions, because that's the feature is going to be very, very effective. Now, the advanced instructions, as you can see it right here, we have the variety between the attack and defense. And if I can show you how it works, it's very simple, guys. If you hit the help button, it shows you here. You basically hold L2 and press the D-pad up or down to select your attack. And I'll show you that in the game as well. Now, there's one thing, as you can see right here, the advanced instructions, it tells you exactly what it does there. There's no many explanation. However, in this video, I'm going to show you some basic combinations, which attacking instruction to use together. And some of them are grayed out because the full game is not out yet. Now, one of the good combinations, guys, is that you can use hug the touchline and tiki-taka. So that means if you can break an opponent with tiki-taka, because tiki-taka is normally very narrow play and is mostly attacking area center. So if you can break someone with tiki-taka, then you may want to, you can switch to hug the touchline. That's one of the combinations. I normally on the demo, that's always done. My first attack is tiki-taka and my second one is hug the touchline. This is the second one that I use. As you can see, is set to off right now, and I can choose hug the touchline. So I can play narrow. If I can't break the opponent, I can use hug the touchline. There's many other examples. I will show you when the full game is out in my My Club series and Online Division series. This is going to be expanded more. There will be better combinations, etc. This is just a simple example for a simple combination. There are also many other ways. Now here's a more in detail attacking combination with your advanced instructions.
For example, let's say you are a crossing player, you like crossing. The first example I gave you was to attack down the middle even though you have the touchline. You can use false 9 with hug the touchline, because false 9, your striker will drop and your flanks will go wide. This is a tactic Pep Guardiola used against Barcelona back in the days when Messi was falling back to drag Ramos and Pepe and then attack on the flank. This is very successful as well. You can use hug the touchline or any other ones with false 9. But the one I'm looking for is hug the touchline plus center and target. If you play a crossing game, center and target and hug the touchline is one of the best combination if you want to play a crossing game. Because hug the touchline, you will always have a player on the flank. And if you combine it with center and target, then you will always have a striker to get the ball up front. As you can see, the diagram shows you everything. So these are just some example, guys. And it also is very useful, guys. If you have a basic knowledge of advanced instructions and tactics, then you'll be able to pick a good manager on my club. You'll be able to know which manager is good and which manager is bad. So all this information that you know right here, it's going to be very useful for you. Now, as you can see, there are obviously the defensive ones as well. The Midnight Kid will cover part 2 of this, which is going to be the defense tutorial. Make sure to check out his channel. I will put the link in the description. Now we're going to go ahead for the gameplay, but first I am going to set up the tiki-taka and hug the touchline. So my first attack is tiki-taka and the second one is hug the touchline, and we're going to go into the game, tell you how I switch and how to switch it, etc, etc. Let's jump into it. So now that we are in the game, as soon as before the game kicks off, the advanced instruction shows up. And what you do basically, you simply hold your L2 button and press your D-pad up and down. For me, D-pad up is tiki-taka and D-pad down is hug the touchline. Now when we kick off in the game, you will see some example. If you look at the radar, you can see how close my players are to me, because I'm using tiki-taka with tiki-taka no matter what support range you are using. Mind you guys, when you activate advanced instructions, it will overwrite your attacking instructions, like the basic one, like support range, attacking area. Advanced instructions will overwrite that. As you can see it right here, my players are very close to me. There's a lot of chances for triangle passing, for pass and move, for 1-2. And remember guys, some people mistaken tiki-taka with ping pong. Tiki-taka is not just pass forward, it's pass backs as well, passing in triangles. When it comes to online, a lot of people does ping pong, which they just do want to with every single player, quick passing. That is not tiki-taka, man. So my advice is, if you use tiki-taka, just watch your players' movements and look for triangles as much as you can. That is the best way basically. And throughout this, I'm gonna actually switch to different. Now as you can see, I've switched to hug the touchline. Tiki-taka example was there. Now hug the touchline. As you can see, if you watch the radar, Neymar and Messi going all the way up to the flank. They are very high on the flank. They will always gonna be open to attack on the flank. This is very good. When your tiki-taka fails, when you can't break someone down the middle, you switch your advanced instruction to hug the touchline, but don't rush it. As you can see, Suarez is isolated there. Do not just go forward. Look it for your flank, because when you use hug the touchline, there's always going to be a player on the flank, whether it is your fullback, your LMF, or wing forward. This is always going to be there. And I'm not just giving an example for hug the touchline or tiki-taka. This is just because it's a demo. Some of the advanced instructions are basically grayed out. So I hope you guys find the video useful. Make sure to show some support, hit the like button, share and subscribe, and make sure to check out the part 2 of this video, which is the defensive instructions and the defense tutorial by Midnight Kid. I will put the link in the description as soon as he uploads that, or you can simply just subscribe to his channel. Links will be there. Now remember guys, there's a lot of things to cover up. I'm trying to get these tutorials done, so when the full game is out, my cat's screaming. I will make more specific tutorials for dribbling, for set pieces, for etc, etc. Till next time, ciao for now.